Hey, I'm Jeff, and I make music with my brother.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and I also make music with my brother.
Together, we are Ekko and Sidetrack, and we make music that sounds like this.
And this.
And even this. This podcast is about music, creativity, and everything in between.
Welcome to A Band Apart with Ekko and Sidetrack.
It is abundantly clear based on what I am wearing that I like wearing clothing of shops and establishments that I really love. And you?
I'm doing a live disrobing because I'm actually wearing the merch of a shop I really like.
Yes.
Mercy Burger, best vegan burger in London. Check it out.
And I've got Holly Rose, which is an amazing cafe in Bassendean.
Bang.
But if I was going to wear a shirt in Perth of a burger company, which shirt would you choose? Which company would you choose?
I would definitely choose Short Order Burger to wear because their merch is dope. Plus, I just obviously love them.
Do they have socks?
They do have socks. I need to get a pair of those socks. Maybe we should talk to Simon about getting them.
Yeah, the shirts are sick as well, man.
Shirts are sick. Socks are sick. I think they do hats as well.
Damn.
But everything. And it's available on their website, shortorder.com.au.
And while you're there, why not just do a little sneaky order and go and pick yourself up something delicious?
On their menu, online ordering. It's hard to do ad reads when you're in video. But it's good. This is our first one where we're really just taking it for a ride. Use the code word Ekko and Sidetrack on checkout, for 10% off.
Or use it in store and get the same deal. But either way, get yourself a tasty burger, get yourself some treats, and get yourself some merch because I reckon it's really cool.
Yeah. And also say hi to the person that is serving you. Perhaps it's young Reese or
Hey, Reese.
beautiful Graham. Or maybe it's Simon. But say hi. Give them a wink. Ask them how their day is. Because they care.
They care about you, and you should care about them. Short order.
Bringing people together.
One burger at a time.
Jeff, if I'm an Ekko and Sidetrack fan and I want to see the last show we're going to play in 2021, where would I go?
You'd head to Breakfast, Jonathan. Breakfast is an annual festival in its 20th year. And this year, as always, it's been held at Belvoir Amphitheatre on Boxing Day. It is one of the best days ever. It's easily one of the best Australian festivals.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hosted some amazing acts over its 20 years, and it's always an amazing day.
It is.
In the bowl at Belvoir Amphitheatre.
It's such a dramatic place and a dramatic stage to play on.
Yeah, and up on the top, and it's always a crazy weather, like beautiful, sometimes a bit hot, but it's awesome. And this year we're playing alongside some great artists. I'll read some of them off. And if you want to get tickets, you can using the link below, and also there'll be a link in the description. This year, they've got Late Night Tough Guy, Fox Stevenson, Ekko and Sidetrack, School of Thought, DJ HMC, Greg Packer, Low 99, Jordan Burns, Zombie Cats, Skeller, Micah, Philly Blunt, Ray Lee, Beat Slappers, The Roller DJs,
Jeez.
Semantics, Mike DeWitt, Bex, and Bez One.
Jeez.
Not to mention the O'Bunny Hotel, which is its own little kind of entity, kind of like the Lily Pad used to be at the Big Day Out.
Vibe.
Looking at this lineup, it's such a diverse type of music. You've got techno, drum and bass, heavier drum and bass, kind of housey stuff, some breaksy stuff. You've got older bass music. It's your breaks. I probably already said that. It's called Breakfest for a reason. I suppose it probably started like that. But if you've never been to a Breakfest,
Yeah.
this is a great time to come along.
Yeah, it's a great festival.
It's such a vibe. It's a big day. And we've got lots of great music to play at it. So, yeah, hit the link, grab a ticket, and we'll see you there.
So, we're back. 7 days meditating every morning. Jeff, how much money do I owe you?
It depends. Was it $50 a day? Look at you.
I owe you $1,000.
I didn't meditate at all.
No, so I meditated
The next question is how much did you masturbate rather than meditate?
Every damn day. No, so
You're not even wearing pants. They're all stained.
so I meditated the Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Felt great. No, sorry, the Friday.
Okay.
Felt great. Meditated the Saturday.
Yep.
Was late to an appointment because I did so.
Sorry, I'm being zen. I'm late.
Meditated on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the real challenge came pre-work. So I worked quite early. I meditated Monday, but I basically went back to sleep.
That's a classic, though. When I got all my... Sorry, you go.
Tuesday, yes. Wednesday, no. Today, no.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So that's $100. I'm pretty sure we said $5.
I think it was $5.
But, sorry,
I've got some money for you, actually.
Bonus.
Not related to the meditation challenge.
Bonus money. Okay. How did you go?
I did every day except Tuesday.
Okay.
And Tuesday, it's funny, I was driving down the road and I thought, on Tuesday, I was like, I feel good today because I meditated. I didn't meditate.
I suddenly feel like shit.
No, it's just I realized I didn't meditate. I was like, I've got to do it this afternoon. Okay. And then I was in bed. I was like, actually stayed up quite late on Tuesday because did we watch Bond on Tuesday?
No, you watched Bond on Monday.
Yeah. I don't know. We were just up late. Me and my partner up late on Tuesday. And then I was laying in bed and I was like, oh no, I didn't meditate. And she's like, just do it now. It's okay. And then I was like, yeah, actually good point. And she's like, unless it's after 12 and then you lost the bet. And I was like, yeah, we were obviously joking. But in the end, I just drifted off to sleep.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say earlier is that when I got my many days in a row, like 270 plus,
Yeah.
just under maybe it was just over 300.
When you were doing Headspace.
Yeah. But some of those days were I haven't meditated today and I'm about to go to bed. So I put on the meditation as I drift off.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was like every day at 7 a.m. with a fucking prayer bowl.
Yeah.
But that aside, do you think it was beneficial?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it was beneficial. And I think it simply highlighted that I don't wake up early enough and I don't go to sleep early enough. Because the thing that always
We'll get to that, Jonathan.
came to me was I don't have time to meditate right now.
I don't have time to meditate now. No one's got time to do anything, but I got time to sit on my fucking phone for about 4 hours.
Yeah. So I've actually used my phone a lot less this week, which is really good. But it's the time thing, and it's the I even had that feeling of like, it's nighttime. It's too late to meditate, which is not true. You can meditate at any time.
I just think, if you meditate in the morning, you get the benefits of it all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you meditate at night, it's like a nice decompression. But really,
Yeah.
if you really to commit to the time, doing it morning and night would be really good. I also think I want to add, I've been doing 10 minutes for a long time now.
Yeah.
And I have done longer ones, but again, it's that time like, I got 10 minutes, but I don't really have 15. It's like, bullshit. You've definitely got the time. So I think I want to implement 15-minute ones.
I would like to also...
Because you get deeper. Like, you hit a moment at 10 minutes and it's like, cool, now you're here.
It's like floating.
Yes. In a float tank.
In a float tank, not just...
in the ocean.
Through space, excuse me.
Weird.
Sometimes the body releases noises that you can't quite control.
That's just what the body does.
I would... Yeah, it's highlighted for me that I'm not going to bed early enough and I'm not winding down enough and I'm not waking up early enough. I am late to everything and I fucking hate it. I am late to work.
Something I don't like about.
Regularly. I just start 10 minutes later than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I'm late to the studio. I'm late to parties. I'm late to appointments. I am never early. And I've gone through my life. I feel like I'm confessing something, but it kind of does feel like that in a way.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Like I don't want to be late anymore.
Late guy. We've been late guys.
We've been late guys for so fucking long, and you can't actually live a functional life being like that, especially as you get older and have kids, and you can't be late.
Well, just lateness also
I feel
bleeds into everything.
Sorry.
It bleeds into everything.
Absolutely.
Because if you're late, it means that you're showing like it's not that important.
It's disrespectful. It's massively disrespectful. And I also think it's disrespectful to your own time as well as the other person. But I think it's very similar to what you were talking about last week with the sleep.
Revenge.
The sleep revenge. You go, it's like you're purposely fucking yourself. It's like I'm purposely fucking myself over. And I feel like the first step to fixing it is being aware of it. And it's not just looking at my phone. It's trying to squeeze too much in.
Being optimistic about your time.
It's being optimistic about my time.
It's getting late.
It's being like, oh, it takes me 20 minutes to get to work if I get all the green lights and there's no traffic.
Yeah.
But 80% of the time, there is traffic.
It takes 30 minutes to drive to where you are.
I want to be places early. And I don't want to be places early because I don't want to be standing around. But
my time is precious.
My time is precious. But then it's not precious because I don't treat it that way.
Yeah.
And then I waste possible time by standing around pre-leaving.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that's been baked into us as kids, and I want to put a stop to it.
Yeah, being late is.
I think
it's a learned habit.
It is a learned habit, and it's a habit that has ebbed and flowed. I've gone through stages of being on time for long periods of time, but I'm at a stage now, in the last 3 months, that my timing has really dropped off, and I'm late to everything, and I fucking hate it.
Someone once told me if you're not early, you're late.
Yeah.
That's something that's stuck with me because I was really struggling with my timing as well, trying to cram too much shit in and being like, yeah, the classic optimistic thing. It takes me 15 minutes to get there. No, you drove there in 15 minutes once because you sped, you got all the green lights and XYZ happened. That doesn't mean it's your new personal fucking best.
We used to talk about it because we both went to Curtin at uni, and we used to get like...
Which is a university for the viewer, listener, that is... It was a 45-minute drive along freeways, a bit off the freeway, and it took a bit to get to the freeway. It was like a 45-minute drive with all traffic conditions.
Yeah, but then you had to find parking, and then you had to do all this other stuff.
Then you had to walk to the
buildings, and but always would be like, oh, I can do that in half an hour.
It's a 30-minute thing. Do you know how I did it once in 30 minutes?
And therefore you believe that you can do it in 30 minutes.
I was speeding like really fast. This is when I drove a Tarago as well. So the Tarago would have just been down the freeway. I did it in 30 minutes. Got a car park. I probably parked in like the teacher's car park as well, and then ran to my thing. Class. And I was like, "Oh, did it!" Like,
just made it.
Just made it. Like, I was probably 5 minutes late. But I still did it in 35 minutes.
But
or 30 minutes.
I think also being late starts you off on the wrong foot with everything you do.
Absolutely.
If you're late to the gym and you miss the warm-up and then you're kind of catching up. If you're late to work, you might not know, you kind of miss the team meeting at the beginning of the day, so you know what the plan is. So you're kind of like
even when you're
making
late,
things up. If you're late to the studio, the same fucking thing.
Because you don't get the lead up, man. Because we never come in here and just go, turn on the computer, let's go. We chat to Carl. We talk about what we're doing. We catch up on some emails.
If we want to start work at 9, we have to be here at 8:30.
Absolutely. If you want to be playing the first notes at 9, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think as well,
so that's the commitment.
Man, when you're late to parties, it sucks. You ever been
Yeah.
invited to a party and you're like, well, I can't get there till 7:30 because of XYZ.
Yep.
And then, but they're like, it starts at 6. And then some people get there at 5. You're like entering halfway in and you're like, oh, I missed some of the joke. You missed the come up. The come up's the funnest bit.
Yeah.
Me walking in sideways on a party when everyone's pissed and yelling.
And you have to play catch up.
Yeah, and someone's like,
And sometimes that's unavoidable. But if you say I can be there at 7:30, and they say that's fine, the party starts at 7, but then you arrive at 8:30, it's like we'll hold speeches until 8, but then we'll do the speeches. Oh, you missed the fucking speeches. Why did you miss it? Oh, I was just trying to finish something in the studio. Like, I was just got caught. Whatever it is, it's never a great excuse. It's always just like, sorry, I'm disorganized.
Yeah.
And I cannot control my time.
Imagine just saying that rather than saying sorry I'm late or thanks for your patience, just being I'm
disorganized.
I'm disorganized. Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm disorganized.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It also means you're not being true with your word because you say you're going to be at a spot and you're not. For me, it really bothers me, and I get tense when I know I'm running late or running out of time for what I was planning to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if all these things need to happen, I need to be at this place at 9:45.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm only on my way to that place. Like, arguably today has started pretty slowly.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that was contributing to my
frustration,
tenseness earlier.
Yeah.
I've got somewhere to be at 2 o'clock. Then we're going to come back, and we've got another thing we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
And we're doing some things in between, and it's a bit of a PC day.
Yeah.
And
it feels like you can never get into the flow of things.
You'll never get into the zone.
Which is what we want when we're working on music, because
Exactly.
that's the most beneficial thing for creativity.
And then so being late for things is related to I relate it to being shit and being disorganized, and I beat myself up and I go like, well, fuck you, Jeff, you just proved that you are not very good.
And it's not we're so good at beating ourselves up, and we really shouldn't. And it doesn't mean that we're shit. It just means that our parents are shit and they didn't train us correctly.
Absolutely. It's everyone.
And fucking hell. And everyone around me is too early. No, it doesn't mean we're shit. It's just means that we need to literally be more present and more aware of our timing by 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's also my patience thing, how to be more patient with people is wait 5 minutes because they would wait for you. Because often
that's a good thing.
The difference between like, can you hurry the fuck up and like, what are you doing? You're taking ages is actually 5 minutes. So you just go, I'm ready. I'm going to sit for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that person will most likely catch up.
If I'm 10 minutes early to things, I could probably meditate every time I'm early.
Oh.
Think how much time I'd have then. I also believe that this stress or this tightness, the feelings we have when we're late or when we've got a lot of stuff on and like, I've got to go. Carl's so disrespectful. I think he's going to come in mid-podcast. Carl. Hey.
He's even on the phone, so he's interrupting his own conversation to interrupt our conversation.
Are you going to go get lunch? Can you buy me a gluten-free chicken schnitzel? Okay.
Can you buy me a small salad, please?
He didn't even reply, and he didn't even close the door.
Sorry. Yeah, that's why I came up. Do you want some lunch?
Yeah.
Yes,
Could if you gluten-free chicken schnitzel?
Gluten-free chicken schnitzel?
Yeah.
Salad?
No salad.
Just the schnitzel?
Yeah.
I'll do the same just with a small salad. Same with a small salad.
And a sparkling water.
Huh?
Sparkling water?
Jesus Christ. You'll be sending me bank transfers. Have a good podcast, guys.
Thanks.
I love that you're on the phone as well. Right, see ya.
Yeah, so I think all that like tightness and stress that I'm sure a lot of other people feel, I think that 100% increases the chance of cancer, death, inflammation, fucking all that stuff.
Because it's a form of stress.
Because it is. And we are living our lives potentially in that state more than we think. And I've become hyper aware of it recently because my sleep hasn't been that good.
Buddy.
And doing the meditation and feeling better after doing it, I do feel tightness. And also when I hurt my neck a couple of weeks ago, I went to the physio and she was like, your neck's quite tight. I said, yeah, I've heard it. She said, no, but like even your shoulders and stuff, like
You hold yourself.
Are you like stressed? I'm like, I don't think so. But then I'm late a couple of times and then I'm like, I'm wound.
I think we're
I'm wound up.
I think we're pretty tightly wound people. We seem relaxed, but actually we're relaxed until we're not, then we're super stressed. Rather than just being like calm the whole time because you know things will be all right.
Yeah.
And preparation is what leads to being calm and organized. It's like that thing. You won't rise to the level of your dreams. You'll fall to the level of your training.
Yeah.
And so if you've been training to do the thing well, then you don't have to worry so much about it.
Yeah.
But if you don't do the preparation and you're just hoping that you can blag it, then you're kind of like, well, maybe I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And so that comes with, stress about anything because you build up I can't almost like, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Rather than just going in a flow state, being like, I do know about this. I'm going to trust my instinct. Like there's so many questions. It's like being unaligned. It's like, rather than being like, yes, 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 and you've got a good flow, you're like constantly, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. And you're like, and you're trying to navigate this decision fucking tunnel and too many decisions, too many things to think about just makes you stress.
I think I had a good day on Tuesday night, or Tuesday day was good, and a day full of stuff. I worked in the morning, went straight to the gym, came home from the gym, made guacamole and tacos for dinner in 15 minutes, and then instead of eating, I went and shot some footage for the sunset for our next single, things for our next single.
Which maybe we can talk about.
Came home, ate dinner, edited, got something to you in bed late at 11:30. But at the end, I was lying in bed and I was like, whoa, there wasn't much fat on today. You didn't look at your fucking phone. The thing that allowed you to do all that stuff was that you were present and you were doing it.
And you probably planned it as well.
I did. And I felt good. And everyone knew. I told mum and dad that I was going to be late. I kind of didn't faff at the gym. I left straight from work to the gym. It was good. And I didn't feel stressed. I felt like I was on it and I felt like I'd achieved good stuff. I left the beach thinking like, yes, I've got the shots that I needed to get.
Yeah.
But those days are rare. That was like a very flowy day where everything went to plan. If one of those things had gone out, if I didn't think that the footage I'd got was good, and then I went to edit it and it just looked a bit crappy, I feel like I could have gone into a position where I stress and go like, fuck, when am I going to redo that thing?
Yeah.
That's not good enough. You're not good enough. You're really tired. And then I wake up late the next day and I'm like, fuck.
It starts again.
Yeah. And it's like this, it's this unrelenting expectation that I've highlighted in my psych appointments. Unrelenting standards. Where it's so strange that that's a kind of aspect of me I feel like sometimes it's a strange aspect of me because I'm not particularly competitive. Yet I have unrelenting standards and for myself, but not really for many other people. Many other people can just pretty low, but for myself, I have it. And I think that's all worked into the same thing. Because even if I am late, there should be I need to work on my lateness, sure. But it should be spoken with a softer voice, not you need to have the same time management skills that a Marine has. That's what you want. I can't just be 5 minutes early. I want to wake up at 6 a.m. every day. I want the Jocko Willink
Well, if you want
situation.
then go for it.
But I don't want it. I don't want that. I just want to be 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
And it's this disconnect between expectation and realism.
Yeah, and man, this speaks to me because I remember a specific day last year where I had 10 things to do in my diary, and I pushed it all day and redlined the whole day, and I got them done, and I ticked all of them off at the end of the day, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then I had the presence of mind to say, how do I feel having achieved all this stuff? Am I giving myself a gold star? Am I saying, this is amazing, Jeff, you've done well? No, I went, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could have,
if you hadn't looked at your phone at 2 o'clock, you probably could have made another phone call and organised that.
Yeah, maybe you could have done this. Or was that really worth it? And then, do you know what I thought? I go, fuck this. I'm going to just start spreading out some of the things I need to do because I just redlined it all day and I don't feel good about it. I feel like I just pushed it all day and I'm tired and I'm not very happy and everything like that. There was no benefit to it. So now I just put 2 or 3 things to achieve that day and make sure one of them's kind of fun and then be like, cool, that's what I've done. And also looking back and going, I did those things. We recorded a podcast. We went to the appointment. We finished this bootleg. We did things. I had to remind myself. Sorry, I keep...
No.
I had to remind myself yesterday as I left to go to the gym, running a little bit late based on my timing that I would have preferred. I was like, no, you did good stuff today. You shipped something. You got it out there. It's going to be finished today, but you did it. And you did it on limited time. And you didn't get lost in some other thing. You focused and did this thing. So that's good. And that's worth celebrating. And I was on time for my dinner and it was great. And it all felt good. But you've got to be able to be soft with yourself and also be moments to be hard with yourself. No, put your phone on fucking airplane mode. Put your, if that's a major distraction, put a priority on the thing that is actually the difficult thing to do.
Yeah. There's
a saying, I'd never heard it, and then Holly told me the other day. Shout out to Holly.
Hey, Holly.
There's a concept called eat the frog, or that's what the book's called, but the concept is eat the tadpole before it becomes a frog. So deal with the problem before it gets too big, essentially. And sometimes there's things that are on the list that aren't actually getting bigger. They're just getting more urgent. So you go, I can send that email later. And then a week passes and you're like, I never sent that email.
Yeah.
All of a sudden that person's expecting it. It was a 5-minute job and I should have done it. So you can build up a lot of them if you don't deal with some of your things. And then it becomes bigger and more difficult and you don't want to do it.
And we're back.
That was a strange little mishap. I think I finished making my point about the eat the frog thing. It explains itself. But you realised that the camera had stopped recording.
Yeah.
How?
I have no idea.
Like, what did you feel though?
I have no idea.
You got it. If you like cast your mind back and think.
You were talking, and I was listening,
Mm-hmm.
and I crossed my leg. I went like this, and kind of looked that way. I don't know. It was just a thing. I just felt an urge that I needed to check the camera. And it wasn't because I thought I had stopped recording or anything. It was check the camera.
Yeah. Okay. And it had stopped recording.
It had stopped recording about a minute earlier.
Due to space.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. You had a sixth sense.
Yeah, I guess. I'm telepathic. I'm having a premonition.
You should definitely be. You definitely wouldn't be late if you were telepathic. But let's shift the focus.
Yeah, to a more upbeat subject.
Jonathan, you say you've been sleeping like shit. No. I recently reflected on some of my goals for the year, and I've hit a bunch of them. And I'm really stoked about that.
Yeah.
And there was 1 or 2 or 3 or something left, and I thought to myself, what goals could I achieve before the end of the year? I've got a month left. What are these things that I could do? And I was going to say, how did you do with your goals this year?
I did.
And is there something on that list that you think you could achieve in this last month?
I think I did quite well with my goals.
You started the year in the UK.
I started the year in the UK, and a bit like, I wouldn't say to come home was one of my goals, but definitely like to come home, finish music, be on. If we look at our output and where we are musically from January 1 to November 25th or 26th today.
December 1. That could be an important
December
date
1.
to mark in your diaries.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I've achieved a lot of the musical goals.
Okay, musical goals aside. What about personal goals?
Personal goals. Exercise, regular exercise was a big one. There were a lot of personal projects that I wanted to look at. And there's 2 things that I haven't done. One that I haven't done for the last 2 years that I should have done in lockdown in 2020, but I didn't. And I don't know why. But that's something that I want to be able to finish before the 31st of January.
The 31st of January?
The 31st of December. When does the New Year start? 31st of December.
What is that thing?
All this premonition has really frazzled my brain. I think I've used about as much energy as I have. What does that entail, did you say?
What is the thing?
The thing is editing together Mum's 70th birthday celebration when the whole family, the whole Hanson family from across the world gathered to Stradbroke Island, which is an island off Queensland,
Yeah, that was
where
beautiful.
Mum used to go as a young girl. And I filmed it. And I filmed the celebration, some of the speeches or some of the talking, and then kind of got reactions from everyone. And I never edited it together. And it's been sitting on my hard drive, and Mum's asked me about it. And that was 2 years ago. Thinking about it now, I'm definitely having thoughts of, you're a shit son, you're a piece of shit, you should have paid more attention to it, fuck, what the fuck.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine because...
That's the ultimate version of you running away.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. I'm 2 years late. So there's that.
This is literally meant to be like let's change things up and be a bit more upbeat. And you're like, yep, I've just done a bit of digging in my mind and I've found something else that I've...
And I shouldn't focus on that, but that's something that I want to get done and do for Mum.
A creative project.
A creative project. That's a creative project that I want to do. Yeah. The other one that I had was one that I thought of basically just after I left the UK. Again,
Are these things you're just thinking of now that you've given no thought to?
No, I have, and I've kind of chipped away at it bit by bit. But they're things that I wanted to get done specifically before Christmas. So I think I could do those two things.
What's the second one?
I can't reveal it.
Okay.
It's an idea for a gift.
Oh. Okay.
For someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But apart from that, goal-wise, to be honest, I haven't reread my goals. So maybe I'll go find the notebook that I've written them in. And talk about them more next week.
You don't have to talk about it on the podcast. I just thought it was something interesting that came up for me.
No, because it's good. It is good because we do goal reflection. And it is coming up to that time when we think back about Ekko and Sidetrack and do goal reflection. And usually there's a bit of personal goal stuff in there.
It ends up being a pretty tense conversation sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because it's fucking shoehorned between something else and something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's one of your goals that you want to get done before the end of the year?
I just would like to write a short story.
I did that earlier this year. It wasn't a goal, just did it.
Yeah, the kind of behaviour that makes this podcast really trying to record sometimes. You were late to come. And you slag me. It's been
slagging you off.
This podcast has been heavily edited because you've just been abusing me. I'm trying to carry a professional decorum.
You're revealing your dreams and goals to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. No. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, a short story. We've both dabbled in writing.
We both want,
and want to do that as creatively.
Yeah. It's another creative outlet. So I do believe I have something in me that needs to come out, and I've got to leave. No,
have you got an idea?
Yeah, I do have an idea.
Okay.
And now I've got big ideas, but I've also got a small idea, and I think could be a nice little small short story that could be quite unsy.
Okay.
But I'm just going to block out some time to do it. I'm also going to have a digital holiday. Me and my partner are going to have a trip soon, and I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode for a few days. Probably Sunday to Tuesday kind of thing.
3 days?
Yeah, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'll have my phone so I can take photos, but otherwise I don't want to turn it on.
You should delete Instagram off your phone, and I'll run the Instagram.
Yeah, and I'm just going to turn on airplane mode. I don't want to talk to anyone either.
Not talking to anyone's real good, but you should delete Instagram.
Okay, I'll give that a go.
And then when you come back, I can do that.
Okay.
Because I remember that week we did it tit for tat, and it was really good.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. There's a few people out there that delete their Instagram.
Yeah.
And just turn it off because it is a massive distraction.
It is.
But yeah, that aside, that's kind of two little goals.
Short story, digital holiday.
Yeah.
And I've got Mum's birthday and the other thing.
And the other thing.
Okay. And maybe that's the next thing. On top of what we can talk next week about more meditating and see how we've gone meditating. And then we'll check in how we've done with those two goals.
Sounds good. We will talk about new music next week.
Yeah.
Because the song will be out for people to hear. But
yeah, we have a single coming out next week, which you'll learn more about next week.
Yeah, but it comes out on December the 1st, and we can't wait to share this one with you.
Yes.
Maybe we can do a few videos about it as well. Maybe a little track breakdown and a few other things.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
But another thing that's coming up for us, Jonathan, is Breakfast.
In exactly 30 days.
Is it?
In a month, I think. Today's the 26th.
Do you say 6th?
6th.
Or 6th?
It's thick.
What do you say? Because
it's 6th.
Say 6th?
6th.
You say 6th?
Yes. It's not 6th.
I say 6th.
Yes. But I
think they're both valid.
They're both valid. I started saying 6th because I probably watched something online about that's the correct way to say it, and that's how people tend to say it in the UK. And I was like, I want to speak better English, so I'm going to start saying the 26th or the 6th. 6th. Now I'm thinking about it.
The sixth sheep sharted.
Sixth.
The sixth sheep
Sixth sheep
sheep
sharted. The seek. The sixth sheik sharp.
Sorry, buddy. I feel like I'm picking you on this
Might, it's
episode.
okay.
But let's go back to Breakfast,
Yes.
which is on the 26th.
Or every day if you choose to have it.
I see what you did there.
Yes, it's a music festival in Perth on the 26th of December.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
It is going to be a big
It's
one.
at Belvoir Amphitheatre, and we'll chuck a ticket link in our description. And you may have already heard us do an ad at the start of the podcast, but it's just a little reminder that this is the only time you're going to be able to see us play a show for a while, and you will see us in a beautiful location, which is Belvoir Amphitheatre,
Yes.
alongside acts like Fox Stevenson, Low 99, Late Night Tough Guy, Dr. Packer,
Ray Lear. Ray Ali.
Ray Lear,
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta's going to be
Ray
there.
Liotta from Goodfellas is doing a 70s disco set.
And he's also doing a small script read as well.
Yeah, there's going to be a...
And he's going to MC our set.
Jeff's going to get his short story read by Ray Liotta.
The cat came... I can't do a Ray Liotta
That's
conversation.
Christopher Walken.
That's not a very good Christopher Walken.
I can't do a Ray Liotta. I'd need to
Here,
hear Ray Liotta.
yeah. Well, you will on the 26th. He's going to be there. He's not. Raya is, and a bunch of other people.
But
Is
yeah,
he
the 26th,
back?
he's back. Carl's back with
Okay, come in.
Now you're our assistant.
Give me the roll.
That's my. Can I have my lunch?
You're allowed to have your lunch.
Thank you very much. Is this cold?
It is cold.
It doesn't feel like it's cold enough.
I got the coldest one I could.
Okay, good. Good. You've done okay.
This chicken schnitzel doesn't feel very big. Did you request the biggest one?
Oh, fuck you both. Podcast?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's not mine. That's Jonathan's.
Ah, yes. Classic situation.
Go eat my lunch now.
All
Okay.
right.
What were you talking about?
Stuff and things. We're actually just talking about Breakfast. You've played Breakfast, haven't you, Carl?
Yeah.
Is it one of the best shows you've ever played?
It is actually.
Yep.
I kind of need to be on camera now.
Just poke your head in. Here.
I don't know if it's going to be wide enough, but you can...
It is. It's really good. Big ups, all the Breakfast crew. Genuinely one of the best shows I've played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really excited to
It's
play.
such a fun festival.
And yeah, it's gonna be a big day.
Sorry
But-
for ruining your podcast.
That's fine. Again.
This is the kind of buffoonery that we really lean into.
Thank
so-
you for lunch, Carl.
Thanks for lunch, Carl.
That just went everywhere. But back to Breakfast.
Yes.
It really is one of the best days ever, and I have had a multitude of good memories there. And
Yeah, me too.
If you'd like to come, you
Buy
should
a ticket. There it is. And you'll be able to hear lots of new music,
Yeah, we're
including the thing we're releasing next week on top of
other things.
a bunch of other stuff, other things.
Yeah. I don't know how we could sell this anymore. Maybe do an official ad for
Maybe
them.
we should do an official ad that's a bit cleaner and not so rambly.
Anyway, buddy, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I hope you don't feel like you've been picked on.
No, not at all. If anything, it's highlighted some things I need to work on. It's funny. You think if you just listen to this podcast or just watch this podcast, you do get such a skewed view of possibly both of us, because we haven't had a conversation. We haven't really had a conversation this whole week in person. This is the first time we've sat down and actually talked to each other all week.
Yeah.
So this is quite a personal conversation, and you
It
could
always is.
you could
On a
get
band apart with Ekko and Sidetrack.
you could just think like, man, Jono sounds like a real piece of shit.
Those guys just do nothing but talk about their feelings.
Or like they're like really disorganized and all this other stuff. But we do exceptionally well. And we get so much stuff done, and we are so productive, and we can say that we're playing Breakfast, and we do have like 7 new songs to play and test, and we've got a song like coming out next week and doing all this other stuff. Like sometimes we do focus on the stuff we're doing wrong.
But we're introspective enough to recognize it. So maybe that's something worth talking about, because sometimes the other people want to hear that stuff. Because if you just came up here and talked about like success, it's like a bit old. I listened to a Joe Rogan podcast recently where for the first 40 minutes, I swear all they did is talk about watches, hunting, and cars. Like
super unrelatable. And I mean, it's all good. I know that the guest is a good guy and does interesting stuff and things, but it was like, there's no heart to this. It just feels like, people talking outside of the bubble. On I guess I just feel maybe I'm feeling a little bit more vulnerable than normal because I'm tired.
We didn't even touch on the sleep. But it's all right, buddy. We'll get there, and you'll get there.
I will get there.
I love you.
I love you too.
And we love you guys. So if you'd like to like and subscribe and do all those things that help our podcast get seen by more people, that'd be amazing.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions, comments, or want to get involved, send us an email or hit us up on social.
Yeah, hit us with some questions. What do you want to hear us talk about? More feelings?
Less feelings? More music?
Less music?
Do you want more shock one? Less shock one?
I think less shock one.
I think less shock one as well. This podcast had 100% too much shock one.
I 100% agree. Okay. Love you, buddy. See ya.
Love you too, man.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. We are Ekko and Sidetrack on all social media. We've recently updated our YouTube. Go and give that a subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the latest video podcasts. And follow us on Spotify too so you can keep up to date with all our latest music releases. Big up.